dignitaries on the dais, Padma Shri Thiru Sridhar Vembu, Thiru Saidai S. Durai Sami, Thiru Anandan Ayyasami, Dr. K. Sridharan, Thiru B. Rajavel, Tirumati Brinda J. Raghavan, Dr. S. Veladurai Pandian, Thiru V.V.R. Subramaniam, Dr. N. Manimaran, all the esteemed invitees present here, and most importantly, my very, very dear young friends, students, so close to my heart. Anaivarkum Vanakam. Friends, our country is celebrating the festival of Navaratri. A festival that lasts for 9 days and celebrates the victory of good over bad, victory of virtue over vice. And in this period, since we celebrate it and we have a regular every evening puja at Raj Bhavan, I usually don't move out of Chennai, or if I move out, I should move out in a way that I come back by the time the puja begins. And that way, coming to Sankara Kovil here was a difficult proposition. But when Anandan Ayyasami informed me this is about drug, eradication of drug abuse, how to create awareness against drug, then I thought that it is a theme very, very close to the theme of Navaratri, of victory of virtue over vice, victory of bad over good, victory of life without drug over drug abuse. And so I decided I must not miss it. This issue, the drug abuse or use of drug, is very, very close to my heart, because I have seen family getting destroyed. I have seen prosperous, happy family getting destroyed. Society getting destroyed because of this drug. We have examples in our country. There are states, some states in the northeast, smaller states, which suffered enormously because of the drugs. We have a case of Punjab. Punjab, remember, till about 40 years back, Punjab was the most advanced stage. It was among the front-ranking states of the country. Within 3 decades, drugs destroyed it. And today, it is struggling to come out of it. There are many areas in our country which are affected by drug. we must fight it to the finish. You know, in this drug, when I talk about drug, of course, we must keep ourselves away from smoking, drinking. They are very bad habits and they destroy your health. We must. But the bigger threat is these chemical and synthetic drugs. Opium, heroin, hashish, tramadol, and various kinds of chemical and synthetic drugs. These drugs are highly addictive. The victims are mostly the young people, students, high school students, college students. They start just to have a fun. But you know, within short time, after a few fun sessions, that fun actually kills them. They cannot live without. They start committing theft. They start committing all sorts of crimes, theft in their own house. Bright, young student, the future is completely destroyed. In this, the problem here in our state, Tamil Nadu, also is very serious. Tamil Nadu, when we talk about drug, we often talk about ganja. If you go to Kerala, you go to Karnataka, when you talk about drug, they will not talk about ganja, they will talk about heroines, hashish, meth, and such drugs. But here we talk about only ganja. Ganja is dangerous, it's bad, it must be eradicated. But what I am worried about is that in our state, central agencies have seized hundreds of kilograms of synthetic and chemical drugs from different parts of our state. From the land, from the sea, from the airport, large amount of drugs, chemical and synthetic drugs are being seized. So when I came to Tamil Nadu, one of the first things that I did, I called the police chief, requested him, pay attention to drug. This is a serious problem because I have seen with my own eyes how a prosperous society, prosperous family has been completely destroyed. We must act tough. Three years down the line, I have come across many news of seizure of plenty of ganjas, tons and tons of ganjas, but no synthetic drug, no chemical drug. How come central agencies are able to seize hundreds of kilograms of these synthetic and chemical drugs, whereas our state enforcement agencies are not able to seize even 1 gram? This question that puzzles me, why is it so? Then I am wondering whether is it, what could be the reason? The drugs, my dear friends, it has two aspects, demand and supply. Creating awareness is about demand, that you reduce the demand. Our youth, our people must be away from, nobody should buy, nobody should use drug. this is what we can do. But when it comes to supply side, there are major forces which are operating, international forces. There are countries which are sustaining themselves on drug money. We have a case of Afghanistan. They grow heroin. They grow opium, make heroin and other variants of it, and then they push it in the international market. We know our neighbors, our western neighbor, how their agencies, their forces have been supplying drugs and getting money to run terrorism, what is called narco-terrorism, billions and billions of dollars. Now this supply side pressure is so high that there has to be a combined effort. You know, there are drug cartels. Drug cartels operating from Pakistan, Tamil Nadu, Dubai. These cartels have been unearthed. These are within the knowledge of the central agencies and agencies of the state as well. And they push drug. Initially they used to say that India is only a transit route, because from here it goes to Sri Lanka and other countries, from where it goes to international market. I think they have fooled us for long. It is transiting through India, but it is not transiting the whole amount. Now we are becoming a consuming drug and consuming society. In Chennai, there are parents, number of parents who have come and complained to me, sir, my child where goes to the school, my child which goes to the college, please do something about drug. And when they say about drug, they don't talk about ganja. They talk about chemical and synthetic drugs. Friends, it is a very serious problem. Here, we have to create a mass movement. Our Prime Minister Modi says, and look at it, all his policies are successful because of mass participation. It cannot be done by government alone. It has to have a mass participation. And when it comes to mass participation, who will be more effective than our young friends, young students, our youth? I tell you one example, a success story. When I was governor of Nagaland, on the border of India and Burma, what they call Myanmar today, there are pockets where they grow opium. They have been growing opium traditionally. Traditionally means since long. And the whole belt became an opium addict. You know, there was hardly anyone, though in a working age population, not able to work. They will just take opium and all the time, day, night, drowsy, sleeping, taking a heavy toll on the health and the family life. In those areas, I mobilized the youth, village youth. And I found such a good encouragement. They were very enterprising. I said, look, eradicate opium cultivation. Start it. Let us start. And I tell you, my young friends, these students which started from one village, it became a movement along the villages, along the border. And they did a wonderful job. I do not say that in Nagaland, along the border, cultivation has been completely eradicated, but it has been significantly reduced. It has been reduced because of the involvement of young students like you. So, the lesson is that you have to realize that this is going to destroy your future. Each one of you, young students, you are pride of your family. Your family looks up to you with a lot of hope. Your parents, your mother, your father. They look up to you with a lot of hope and expectation. They have suffered to see that you get good education within their means. They have even stretched their means to see that you get good education. You are their hope. Don't disappoint them. And we all talk about country and society. It begins from family. It begins from family. You must realize your primary responsibility is to see that your parents, your families are happy. They are proud of you. I have visited houses where the parents, they find the young son with a sense of such a despair. They feel it is a curse. Look, my child has become such a liability. He is lost. His future is gone. Some of them commit suicide. In Punjab today, Punjab, which was a state which was known for bravery, valor. In our Indian military and army, you had Punjab, large number of people from Punjab. Today, we have a difficulty in getting youth with proper chest size to be eligible for recruitment. They find it difficult to run for 500 meters at the speed that they want. Physically, they are completely emasculated. It has happened at a larger scale there. It is happening at a smaller scale here also. We must be aware of it. I am happy that educational institutions have taken part in this movement. I would urge upon the educational institutions, the colleges and schools, can you create groups? You have NCCs, you can involve them. You can have NSS guys, you can involve them. You can create, if you don't have it, you can create a group of students who should be, I won't call it just on the lookout, but they should be proud member of the group against drug, anti-drug squad. And any sign, any symptom noticed of presence of drug within the campus or around, authorities, school and college authorities must act. Don't play it down. I have seen many schools and colleges, they play it down. I don't like reputation of my institution to be tarnished. Your concern for your reputation of your institution is genuine. Nobody denies that. But if you don't nip it into the bud, you cannot protect your reputation for long. You can think of innovative measures. When you notice a student who has been otherwise bright and doing well, you find the change in behavior. Impact of drug, you will start noticing slowly. And the teacher, the class teacher, should be able to notice it. That this child, this boy, this girl, mostly the boys, but even girls are now getting addicted. Getting introduced to it. This is not what this boy used to be. Talk to the boy. Don't intimidate him. Don't shout at him. In a friendly manner, encourage him to speak to you. Help him in coming out. Share this in confidence with the parents. If you summon the parent and tell them, your child is doing No. Parents will react. Because the first response is denial. No, my child is not a drug addict. It's your fault. Where from you are getting it in your institution? How are you able to get it? You are not able to stop it. That will not work. Call the parent in confidence. Share with him, look, this is what I am noticing. Please, you also observe. This bright child is now, we are losing, he is on the wrong path. There are symptoms which are easily noticeable only if you are willing to notice it. So I would urge the educational institutions to take serious note of it. Think of constituting anti-drug escorts of students. Student volunteers, train them not to be acting as an over-enthusiastic vigilante and trying to bully the students. No, that's not the way. Brief them properly that they will be discharging a very, very serious responsibility. Be a discreet observer. What is happening in the toilets, school toilets, or mostly? Children will go there and usually we have noticed they will take the puff with the drug inserted into it. They will just have it put on the tongue and come away. A small tray is put in the basket, waste basket. Be observant and report. Not confront the student, but report to the school authority, teacher. My appeal is to the parents. Nowadays, parents don't have time for the children. By and large, go in a family, even when the family is sitting in one room, which they rarely sit, father, mother, children, they rarely sit. Even there, they are not with each other. They are only close to each other because each one is busy, either one owns own mobile, one owns own device. No. Sitting on a dining table together is becoming an obsolete ritual. Parents have a responsibility. Please, for your child's sake, have a family time where these gadgets are out. Don't allow in that place during that time. Evening, my 2 hours, 7 to 9, is a family time. There will not be any gadget. Trust me, if you do not have your mobile with you, heaven is not going to fall. I keep my mobile away from you for you do not know more than 14 hours. I don't keep it. Nothing is going to happen. If anything is important, I will get to know. So, have family time. Many times children, once they start for fun, and then they start realizing that this is now no longer a fun, it is now a problem for me. They want help. And who do they approach? If the parents are not accessible, who they approach? They have none. They will go to the peers, the same group, which has introduced them to this drug. It is your responsibility. I am urging the parents, have a family time, interact with your child. What did happen during daytime? If it is a school, or if it is a college and the child is going from home, not from hostel, okay, what happened during day to day? What all did you do? And parents also should be able to share. It's not that only you. There has to be a family bonding. Because it is the family bonding alone that can save the situation. The child who is feeling anxious, who wants to come out of it, he wants to drop it, but he has no one to go to. Today, in the garb of both parents working, I tell you, this is an excuse. This is an unacceptable excuse. Both parents working doesn't mean you do not have a time, family time and any time you choose, mostly in the evening, dinner. Daytime you may be working. Morning time you get up and start going. But evening when you come, spend the time together. Be a friend to your child, your son and daughter. And I would urge my young friends and students, make your parents realize that they are not giving time with you. Don't leave it to them alone. It is you being the son and daughter. You must tell your parents that, look, you are not spending time with us. You have no time. This is not acceptable. Many a times, parents also need lessons from their children. Please do that. This is the only way we can meet this challenge. Friends, Tenkasi is fortunate. Tenkasi is fortunate because you have people like Sridhar Vembu. And now we have Anandan Ayyasamy. Those who have left a very, very thriving career or profession in US, Silicon Valley, they have come over here to serve the people, to serve the rural people. It's a daring experiment which Sridhar Vembu has started. One could say he's a crazy, but you need to be crazy to do something big. A normal person cannot do it. You have to be. You need craziness for creativity. You need craziness for transformative changes. You have Anandan Ayyasamy. He is now, pretty young guy. You can easily relate with him. Not that Sridhar Vembu is old. He is much younger to me. He is also young. And you can easily relate with him, though a few hairs have gone gray, that doesn't matter. Essentially, he is a young man. And I have seen him the way he relates with the young people. Just approach. And you see that what a warm person he is. And Anandan, of course, he looks young, he is young, he behaves young. They are the people who are dedicated. They have committed their life to improve Tenkasi. Charity begins at home. They have chosen a place, Tenkasi, a very backward district in our state. Poor state, relatively much poorer district in our state. They have chosen as a mission, they have taken it as a mission to build Tenkasi. Build Tenkasi in a way that our values, our culture are preserved, families are not disrupted, and we rise. It's a revolutionary model. And this place is fortunate to have such people. Friends, today you have joined the rally. It is not a one-day event. Each one of you have taken a pledge. Remember it. Each one of you be an ambassador for anti-drug. No to drug, big no to drug. You and around you. And that's the only way we can save our society, our families, our society, our estate, our nation. I'm sure you will be able to do that. The enthusiasm that you have shown today in coming and participating in the rally, with the same zeal and enthusiasm, you will carry it as a mission of your life. And I'm sure Voice of Tenkasi, which is out here to transform this place, the life of these people, or especially the young people, it will always be with you. Be with them. Be ambassador of hope, not ambassador of despair. I thank Anandan for giving me this opportunity to be with you, because this is so dear to my heart. I thank you very much, Voice of Tenkasi, for this opportunity, and thank you all of you for being here, being part of this movement and noble journey. Thank you very much. Nandri Vanakkam.